Solidarity
forever.
Solidarity
Forever.
The people united
Can never be defeated.
The people united
Can never be defeated.
Women are great.
No controversy.
Women are great.
No controversy.
The State Executive Council also find necessary to meet to also look at issues that are pertaining to workers' welfare in Rivers State, considering the current situations and happenings in the state. After exhaustive deliberations and discussions on the issues, the State Executive Council of NLC Rivers State Council hereby resolved as follows: that as the State Executive Council of Rivers State Nigerian Labour Congress, we affirm the position, the decision, the press statement as have been declared, released by the National President of NLC, Comrade President Joe Ajero, and the National President of TEC, Comrade President Festus Osifo, regards to the Rivers state of emergency crisis in the state, condemning the action as have been declared by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Nigeria, hereby suspending elected officials in the Rivers State, which is the governor and the members of the House of Assembly. And the State has also resolved that Rivers workers are non-partisan and cannot suffer in the midst of all of this crisis. Considering the fact that, one, workers' salaries, mostly at the local government level, have not been paid up to date since February 2025. And we also demand resolve the immediate implementation of the minimum wage at all the local government levels in Rivers State at the end of this month. And our salaries of all local government workers to be paid on or before the end of this month of March. And salaries of all public workers in the state, the civil service of Rivers State to be paid on or before the end of this month of March. And the council also resolved that if at the end of this month of March, the salaries of workers in the local government and the minimum wage in local government is not implemented, and also the salaries of workers in the public service and other public sectors under Rivers State government is not paid, that the State Council will begin to initiate steps to withdraw our members from services in all the local government and public service. Thank you very much. Solidarity. Like our statement we released on the 6th of March stated clearly, we made a press release where, after the Supreme Court judgment, stating clear that this judgment are going to have an implication regards to the payment of workers' salaries. Because if allocation are not given, equally our members will not get salary, because it is through allocation that our members are being paid salaries. And we are expected that government, having also put in the people welfare as a priority to protect the rights and the welfare of its citizens, supposed to also consider our letters, our outcry, that at the end of this month, that workers' salary should be secured and be paid, and not allowing workers to suffer in the midst of this crisis. So for us, allocation, no allocation, workers deserve their wages. Say, a laborer deserves his wages. So none of them, nobody will say that you will beat a child and ask not to cry. How can you owe a worker a salary and you expect him not to speak out? You want him to be hungry? Want his family to suffer? While you fit at home, comfortable with your family, because of some political crisis or political interests. For us, like we said earlier, we are not politicians. We are not politicians. And we don't want to begin to rely on what is happening politically to determine our members' survival. We are also aware that as of last week, that they got information that location had been released to Rivers State. So, if that is truth also, there should not be any reason excuse why salary should not be paid as at when due. And I want to call my man to order. I want to tell you that payment of workers in the LGA is not peculiar in Rivers State. We are well informed that other states, local workers have received their salaries. They are matched salaries, even with all of this. So it is not the result of implementation of autonomy that salaries of local government are being held in Rivers State. Workers in other LGAs outside Rivers State have received their salaries. So why is Rivers State different? Why can't they pay Rivers State workers, local government workers? So local government workers also deserve to be paid. So this is not about politics, it's about our members, our workers who work in the LGA in Rivers State. For 2 months, they have not been paid salaries as a result of all of this. Their families, their relatives, their dependents are all suffering. Some of their children have been driven out of school. Some of them cannot even find food to eat, even as of this morning. They have been caused all over the places because of how to survive. You know the implication? Rivers State have 23 local governments. And the local government, the highest employer among all the public service. Across all the LGAs, if you talk about public service, 100%, local government is like 60% of all the public service. You know, consider the number of persons that have been affected in all of this. So please, that is our concern. That's why we are appealing. We are appealing to the federal government and to all stakeholders that workers of Rivers State should not be made to suffer all of this political situation in the state. That workers' welfare should be protected. That workers' salary should be paid as at when due. Minimum wage should be implemented. And that will also help to stabilize even the politics and whatever they want to, whatever be the vision, the mission of the federal government so far Rivers State is concerned. Because if workers' interests, workers' welfare are not considered and protected, workers will not keep quiet. As a state council, we are obligated to protect and advance the welfare of our members. And that we are sworn to do, and will continue to do. Thank you very much. We have raised our concern in all of this state of emergency and the breach in the Constitution. For us, like I said, we don't want to involve in their political space what happened within them. If it is within the ambit of the law, because it cannot be the illegality for me. Because for us as a state council, the national secretariat, we have come to say this thing is unconstitutional. So for us, we cannot begin to make statements on issues that we already condemned, on a process that we have said that this process is unconstitutional, and people have called, not only us, many people have called from every corner to challenge it. Even some people have even gone to court to challenge. So for us, that is not our concern. Let the politicians and those at the court of law challenge this whole situation. But for us, our primary concern is how all of these things affect our members, affect the workers of Rivers State. That's our major concern.
Forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong.
Victory.
There is victory for all.
Victory.
There is victory for all.
The struggle.
In the struggle